Hi there. Welcome back to Tarot by Janine. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Doing really good. Some people have sent me some amazing videos, complete with incredible photographs of entire underground, huge cities. It looks like waterways, subway, like submarine docks, like just incredible photographs of these tunnelings underground, lavish, even lavish looking. And from what I can tell, all over the world. But the plan was that they'd all be living underground until, things settled down up here. Okay. So I want to ask, were there lavish or are there lavish cities, entire cities built underground? We've been hearing about that for the last couple of years. It's been really being revealed, like they're being cleaned out. We know the Alliance has been cleaning those out at great expense, by the way. Yes, there are tunnelings. There's even an underground railway that's got a speed rail that could take minutes or seconds to get to the other side of the world. I want to look at, was that the plan? And are there these cities built? Hollywood's completely a ghost town. By all accounts, it's a ghost town. And all kinds of really big mansions are for sale. And where's that money going? What's going on? Are they fleeing to these underground cities? So that's one of the questions I want to ask. So are there these cities and are these people fleeing to them? How are they getting to them? Like, are they using, there's some of them have submarine docks, apparently, right? Underground sub docks. Can you imagine? And all kinds of things. There's even places where planes can fly into these, like the side of a mountain. There's photographs. Incredible. So I want to know, how are they getting there generally? Okay. Are they, well, first of all, even existing? What places in the world are they? So are these all over the world or just in certain areas? And we'll try to figure out which areas. Let's have a look. Wow, there's an Ace of Pentacles right underneath the Nine of Cups. So I'd say, yes, there's very lavish dwellings and entire cities underground. You bet. Okay, you bet. And they made them to be very much like what they would enjoy above ground. So can you imagine? Yeah. So these aren't just, bunkers. We're talking lavish cities underground with all of the things they'd have above ground. Okay, you bet. Okay, so we've got the Nine of, so they built it, spared no expense, it looks like. And we've got the Three of Pentacles here. So they've been working on it for a really long time and keeping it a secret for a really long time. Even the locations, people are starting to catch on now, but for years and years and years, they were building these things, it looks like, and nobody caught on. It's unbelievable. Okay, so we've got the Devil in the past. So the Devil. So it was all part of this big, long plan. So these are the minions of, I don't think our human elites are the top of this food chain. I think there's people puppeting them, or energies or entities. I have yet to bump right into exactly how to describe the energy I get at the top of this. But our elites are just the earth-dwelling minions doing the bidding of an even bigger, darker power. You know what I'm saying? So yes, they exist and they're lavish and wow, they've been built for a really long time or working on them for a really long time. Now let's look at, so how do they get to them? Like, it looks like there's pictures of submarine docks. So that's one way. I wonder if they take trains. Do they just fly private jets and then go right into the side of mountains in these hidden gateways? Like, what's the main way they get there? Obviously they're traveling in secret, because they don't want anybody to know, what they're up to. I feel like there's a lot of ways. So they're traveling lots of different ways, right? But it's getting really difficult, it looks like. Waterway is absolutely one of the ways. So the submarine docks, yeah, that makes sense. There was a lot of pictures of these incredible underground submarine docks. Okay, so now we've got the star. So they're also using technology, so off-world type technologies. So these instant trains, maybe these jump rooms that could jump them right into underground. You know, I'm sure they can go either way because they could jump them off planet as well, these jump rooms, but they can also jump them. They can jump them, it looks like, right underground. So they've got all kinds of ways they're doing it. They probably do literally just fly with their private jet. So these are being utilized. We'll have to check up on how many people would be hiding in these, and are they going to get away with this? We'll check that up. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the 7. Yeah, it just depends on their situation, what travels. They got all kinds of ways they're getting there. So use your imagination because it looks like there's all kinds of ways. You know, some of these tunnels actually have roadways between them, like hundreds of miles of roads and rail, like for these fast railways. It's just unbelievable, the technology that they're hiding from us, of course. Okay, so now let's look at where are they? Let's start with North America. So I'll just try to hit some big spots here, see if we can get an idea. So a big yes right off the bat there, and in really hot places. So hot and dry is what I got. So I'm thinking desertous in North America, desertous. Well, that doesn't sound too much like Canada. Canada's colder. And well, we have a tiny bit of desert, like a little tip of the Mojave Desert apparently goes into British Columbia. But I wouldn't say, yeah, it doesn't feel like this hot, dry, arid kind of card. I'm going to say likely the desertous areas in the US. So that would be, and also I'm thinking South America too. So for some reason, they chose the really hot desertous areas. Could be because a lot of people don't inhabit those areas, so it's a lot easier to work, build these things without anybody noticing. So we've got the 9, and yeah, that's their favorite. But I also get there's a whole area with a lot of really lush vegetation. I'm getting that more South America. That feels South America, maybe even Central America there. Just the feeling I'm getting. It's a really ancient cultures and communities. I'm thinking we've got South and Central America there. So yeah, they've got, in the Americas, it looks like they buy land and then do the work on the land so they can do it in secret. So that's how they built them in the first place. Unbelievable. Okay, let's have a look at Europe. Okay, I know that's a big area, but let's just say Europe. Wow. Yeah, they sure do. Europe, absolutely. Even in inner city areas. So I'm thinking, for some reason, I get an inner city. I'm thinking London. I'm thinking underneath London. Wow, I wonder how they got away with building it. Building things like that right under people's feet. Unbelievable. Yeah, so there's various different spots in Europe. 4 main areas. I almost feel like the 4 corners. So if we could lay what we call Europe out, 4 corners of it. I'd have to see that on a map, what I mean by that. Wow. But absolutely London. So there's one really dark, deep state town a really busy location. I'm thinking London. Wow. Let's look at Australia, because a lot of people talk about Australia is absolutely a spot. And New Zealand, Australia and New Zealand are supposed to be really big spots where elites buy up property. Okay, Ace of Swords. So that's 3 aces so far. Each one of those places got an ace. Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles. Some of the places are individual, I feel. I don't get the big cities here. I'm getting more individual places for people. people that really famous, really wealthy people built their own personal individual places who didn't want to live in a city with a bunch of other elites. So that's interesting. Possibly even some royalty are going to be going there. Or that was the plan. That was the plan. I'm not sure they're still. We're going to look into that at the end here. Some of these places were still in looking like they were being built and they got stopped by the alliance. So that's interesting because I got 2 cards that could indicate alliance and then this stop card. Wow. So yep, Australia, New Zealand, you bet. More individual sort of compounds than cities. Let's look at Africa and South Africa. I know those are big spots, but well, let's just look around. Oh boy, 2 aces in this one. You can't just make this up, people. We've got every single ace here for all these questions are yeses. So yes, I think they're all over the world. I'm just going with they're all over the world, you guys. Okay. South Africa and Africa has lots of them. Okay. Lots of them. And large, like city dwelling. They're created for cities. These ones are mainly accessible underwater. So submarine type accessibility. And they look tied into the dams and underwater things that these people have been up to. So they're close to or intertangled with those kind of underground activity, sort of what they've been doing underground that we've discovered. Okay. So they're really close to where those activities would also take place. It looks like close by. So they got supplies. You know what I'm talking about. So they're all over the world, you guys. They're all over the world. Every time we looked there, we got an ace. So we know they're all over the world. Now, let's have a look at, have they all been discovered already by the alliance? Let's have a look. So there's a small percentage that actually they left early and got, but they're getting really close to being discovered. They're getting really close to being discovered. And in the end, even within a year, it looks like the world. So within a year, everybody's outed who went to these places. These places will not house these people, not for very long. But at the very beginning of all of this, some people did. So a small percentage did go just to get a leg up on everybody else. But you know what? I feel like those people could have already been routed out of those places. Thank you so much for watching my video, and do like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye-bye.